The Democratic Party is very loserish. Very loserish group. To me, the Democratic Party is like when you have a crush on a guy and he's really hot, he asks you out, you're on a date, it's going so good, you're sharing stories, you have chemistry, you're laughing, so you go back to his place with him, and then you're like making out, and you're like, oh shit, and then he can't get his dick hard. That's the Democratic Party. Because it's like, really? We're not going to do anything? Why did you say all those things to me?
That was absolutely hilarious. Today we're checking out hilarious comedian roasting the Democratic Party non-stop. Let's go.
Lose you again real quick. It was right during the presidential election, and it was funny because all my friends went from like white trash to, like I said, woke, and they were all like, did you guys all vote Democrat? Did anybody here vote? Do you guys remember how like confident you guys were going into that last one? You remember that? A little borderline arrogant going into that. All right, don't let it cost you again.
You know, replacing Joe Biden with Kamala Harris is like changing your shirt because you shit your pants. You didn't fix anything. I still can smell you.
Joe Biden pardoned his son, huh? I do love that Republicans are acting like they wouldn't do the same shit. I think I'm a moderate person. I truly believe that. Maybe I'm not. I don't know. But, I think annoys us is just all the pretending that you aren't going to do it. But now they're just doing this thing where they're like, oh, if a convicted felon can be president. Shut the fuck up, dude. If Mike Tyson ran for the Democrats, I'd vote for him tomorrow. I don't give a fuck if you're a felon or not. All you really got to do, if you're Joe Biden, just go out there and be like, I said I was going to pardon him? I forgot, dog. We would be like, that makes sense. I completely believe he forgot. Hey, yo, Joe Biden is like the woman in the Notebook. Every day you got to wake up and remind him what's going on in the world. You know what I mean? You got to read him a whole story.
That was a great roast of Joe Biden. Joe Biden was one of the worst presidents ever. Comment down below if you agree.
Dad and I fight a lot about politics. I was a big Bernie Sanders fan. And yeah, that's everyone who voted for him. And my dad would always tell me, you know who else supported Medicare for all? Adolf Hitler. And I was like, not for everybody. I tried turning him into a socialist. I told my dad, I said, give me one good argument against giving people free access to a college education. And he sent me a link to my website. I felt the burn.
I'd like to sing this song for the Democratic Party because it was a tough week, and I love you. Smile, though your heart is aching. Smile, even though it's breaking. Nancy Pelosi, when there are clouds in the sky, Oprah, Beyonce, you get by. Ben Stiller, if you smile through your tears and sorrow. Jimmy Kimmel, smile and maybe tomorrow. Senator Schumer, you'll see the sun come shining through. Except you bitches on The View.
I absolutely love Rob Schneider. I didn't know he could sing, did you?
So many great athletes. I don't know about you guys, but I think that Travis Kelce might be the next O.J. Simpson. The other side's got a lot of crazy endorsements. Swift, Eminem, Leo DiCaprio, Beyonce. Every day the Democratic Party looks more and more like a P Diddy party. Oh, okay. Okay, that's what you guys want. All right.
it's hard to even talk. It's hard to even make comedy about politics because it's all dumb. The way we talk about it is dumb. When they were deciding Kamala being the nominee, I remember the news would be like, is America ready for a black Indian woman president? And I was like, are we allowed to talk like that anymore? You know, it feels, honestly, when we talk about politics, we kind of use the same kind of blunt language we do with pornography. You know what I mean? That's when you put in Google, you'd be like, black Indian woman, middle-aged busty. But the things you want in porn are usually the opposite of what you want in politics. You know, in porn, everyone's fine with 2 women on their ticket, but not really. And then the other way around, you know? You're never like, okay, for my porn search, black Indian woman, who else do I mix this with? I know, the oldest, most boring white guy we could possibly find. That'll really round out the interracial.
What? Okay, that guy was really good. That was a nice comparison, honestly. And it makes le Democratic Party looks very bad.
Rob Schneider explained exactly why the Democrats lost in just a few seconds.
The Democrats still seem confused as to why they lost this election. They want to think it has something to do with misogyny or racism. Well, let me clear it up for those still bewildered Democrats. You lost because you tried to tell the American people that the economy was great when they couldn't afford to buy groceries. You lost because you ran a moron in place of a president you knew was a corpse attached to a car battery. You lost because you lied about January 6th, calling it worse than Pearl Harbor or 9/11. You lost because men can't have babies, women don't have and free speech isn't a privilege like a driver's license. It's a God-given right guaranteed by our Constitution.
Everything's just so political now. Everything's so politicized. What side are you on? I don't know. You both seem fucking annoying.
What?
Can't I be a little this, a little that? No, you gotta pick one. Well, we don't do that with bisexuals. Isn't that weird? We only have 2 political parties, all these major issues, 2 parties. That's it. We got 13 HBOs. 2 political parties. And it doesn't even seem like the political people, like the government, they don't even give a shit about us, you know? It just feels like the right and the left are our parents and they're divorced. And instead of trying to raise us well, they just want us to hate the other one. You know? Right? And your mom's a little liberal, your dad's a Republican, you know, they're trying to get you to live with them. You know? You're like, come on, Dad, Mom gives you free money. He's like, well, she also tried to abort you. You're like, Jesus Christ. Okay, I'll live with you. I don't know. It's just good to be back in Portland. Beautiful women in Portland. I mean, none here. But, you know. I'm joking. I'll go down on you. But, yeah.
Okay, that was funny. This guy is very good. Mark Norman for you. I just made a video about him. Check it out.
James Carville came out and said that the Democratic Party is losing male voters because their messaging is too feminine.
Don't eat hamburgers, don't watch football, don't drink beer. Guess where our young male number is going? In the toilet.
Oh, you don't say. You mean all the gay army ads and the dude who stole all that luggage and like everything the Democratic Party is putting out isn't turning men away? I don't want a man who votes Democrat. No woman does.
No woman wants a liberal man.
Elon Musk in the building behind me. Elon Musk is trying to take over the government. We can't let that happen. Talk to them, Elizabeth, because we not finna to go back. We not finna to go back. Child, don't get me started. He's trying to take Finland. Elon Musk. Now, I'll fight Elon Musk right now. You know what? I'm gonna fight him right now. He's trying. Ask them questions. We gotta ask them some questions. What? Axes. Oh my God, he's using axes. Trying mean to say I took money. It was only Pfizer.
I just love Estée Palti. She's a great comedian, and just look at her impression of Maxine Walters right there. Absolutely hilarious, guys. I can't. This is so funny. Too good.
Country's too divided. It's tough. I hope we get it together. But it didn't used to be this way. You know, remember back in the day, you had Republicans and Democrats. You had them in your own family. Nobody cared. Remember back in the day, your dad was a Republican because he owned a business, right? And your mom was a Democrat because she lived off of him. You know, and it's like nobody cared.
True.
Well, I think we need a real agenda. If you've noticed, the Democratic Party has not really had a platform with any sort of new.
I have noticed.
Yeah, there's no platform. I mean, there's technically a platform that gets voted out. This is the crux of it. If you ask a working class American or just any normal American, what is a Democrat? What do they stand for? They will not really be able to give you a clear answer. And so
exactly. And AOC is right about this. The Democratic Party stands for nothing now.
2020, an election season. I don't like politics anymore. I used to talk about them a lot, and I think being a political comedian is kind of boring these days. No, because we all have like 24-hour news networks. We have Twitter. We have the internet. So when a political comedian goes on a show at 9 o'clock and starts going, you see what happened here? Everyone's like, yeah, we did see it. We saw it happen. And yeah, we came here to forget that bullshit. And you just keep talking about it. It's boring. They're also the same stuff. So if I'm going to talk about it, I want to give both sides shit if I could. Democrats, you're not moving to Canada. Shut the fuck up about that, okay? Every 4 years, it's like if so-and-so gets elected, I'm moving to Canada, and no one ever does it. No one ever follows through. And it's a lazy-ass threat because Canada is right there. It's so close. It's right there. I could see if the threat was, I'm moving to India. That's a hike. India's far away, and I get your hesitation. And I don't think Indians like little white bitches anyway. So I don't know if I want you specifically.
The Democrats control the state of New York and the city of New York. The Democrats buy votes. They say to people who don't have much money, we will give you as much as we can with no strings attached. So we'll send you a welfare check. We'll give you housing. We'll give you food stamps. We'll give you child credits. We'll give you everything. You don't have to look for a job. We're not going to drug test you so you can be a substance abuser and take the tax money and spend it on narcotics or booze. Fine with us. We don't care. And by doing that, the people who are not affluent in New York vote for Democrats. It's as simple as that. And that's how the Democratic Party has achieved and retained power.
Yep, it is sad to see, but he is right about this. The Democratic Party has been buying votes everywhere, and they hoped to win the election, but it failed. It backfired on them completely.
The Dems were so certain that Trump's policies would fail. Wouldn't they just sit back and let him fail? Their panic means they either know or they fear he will succeed and prove them wrong. Do you have any tips to these guys in looking into the mirror and seeing what they truly are?
I'm a former liberal guy. They changed. The party left me. I didn't leave the party, and I think a lot of people feel that way. The left has become like nerds. Like nerds are these big guys that are chubby that read their comic books. They'll read about a Captain America or like a Hulk or something, and they go, these are the heroes of the comic books. But they would hate that guy if they met him. You think that nerds would be jacked. They'd be in the gym trying to be like their heroes, but they're not. They like the idea of these heroes. Now you have a real-life Iron Man. You have Elon Musk. You have a Hulk, Joe Rogan. You have Captain America, Donald Trump. And then they hate the guys. They like the nerd. They only like the ideas of these things. They say they want these things, and then they reject them. Liberals wouldn't shut up about electric cars. And then the one guy that made it a reality, they're like, well, but not when he does it. You're like, shut up.
That was a good take, and he's right about this, unfortunately.
Everything has changed. You've seen that the president has accomplished more in his first week in office than Joe Biden did for the American people in 4 years. And everyone's talking about it. The Democratic Party is in disarray. They have no obvious leader. They have no obvious vision or agenda. Their platform has to be rewritten whole cloth. And they don't exactly know how they're going to wander in this wilderness for the next couple of years. It's not just going to be a couple of years, though. It's going to be 4 years at least, and then more.
What's your name? Alex? That's actually my favorite name. What's up, dude? What's your name? Oh, Phil. Yo, I just told this dude Alex that he has my favorite name, but he doesn't. I actually f***ing hate that name. You're on my side, right? Nice. Yo, Alex. I was just talking to this dude, Phil, and he was talking mad shit about your name. So I'm thinking after the show we teach him a lesson? Okay. All right, everybody, that's an example of how easy it is to tear up the Democratic Party.
That was a great example of how the Democratic Party is in complete shambles right now. They don't know what to do to win vote backs, and they are going to fail the next election probably if they can't do any better.
When Trump speaks, it's a bit like fingernails on a chalkboard for me. But I take this vote as a commentary on, I don't want a slick politician. I don't want somebody who every line feels rehearsed. I want somebody that can sit down with Joe Rogan for 3 hours, shoot the shit, say what they think, and not feel like, and this was the thing that freaked me out about the Democratic run at all of this. And I won't even say Kamala Harris. Kamala Harris always felt like a figurehead to a blob that I didn't know who they were. I didn't know what they wanted. And I think a lot of people feel that.
Biden is out and Kamala is in. The election went from drool runnings to cool runnings faster than a female cop can fumble her firearm. Move over, RFK. This November, we've got a new throat goat, and apparently her headshots don't miss. Kamala Harris, or as we call her, Warhawk Tua, the half-black, half-Indian parents met at a 7-Eleven robbery, is officially the Democratic nominee. Surely the Dems, the party that calls Trump the end of democracy, surely they allowed the voters to choose Kamala, right? What? No? Wait, there's no right to choose? Guys, this is a presidential election, not a woman's body in Oklahoma. Now, I don't want to seem like a flat-earthing, dinosaur-denying, believe-all-women conspiracy theorist, but it kind of feels like the Democrats dragged Biden's lifeless corpse through the campaign long enough to avoid a primary so they could place whoever they wanted as the nominee. And that's about as democratic as North Korea's Got Talent. Sidebar, last year's winner, Ching Chong Chestnut, ate 46 rats.
You gotta love Andrew Schultz, honestly. He is too good with his roast, and we all know that Kamala Harris was a terrible candidate, and they lost the election because of it.
Now, I don't know if y'all saw, but today is the third day of the Democratic National Coronation. Excuse me, I said coronation, I meant convention. Sorry for the confusion, but you know, conventions normally are about nominating people who actually win elections. And Kamala Harris hasn't won a single vote for the Democratic Party, and yet they're going to make her nominee.
Exactly.
I actually like Biden's strategy. He's like, his strategy is like, who could disagree with me if they have no idea what the I'm talking about? He just goes out there. We go out there. There's palm trees. I used to swim.
Yeah,
I'm a swimmer.
Yeah,
goes,
and
what the hell is
the
he talking about?
kids would touch my leg hair and the hairs. And
I don't even know if I disagree with him. It's just, I guess it is a swimmer.
It's a weird feeling. Yeah, my legs feel good.
I don't know what he's talking about.
And listen, I get it, man. I get people who take a side, left and right. I get it because we're getting programmed, and you know it happens to me. Like I try not to watch the news, and if I do watch like CNN for a half hour, I make sure I watch Fox for a half hour. You know, if I'm gonna get fucked, I want it even. You know, I don't want to get fucked lopsided and shit. You know, I don't want to walk with a limp. But I get influenced, man. If I watch CNN too long, I start looking at white people different, you know, like white man trying to keep us down, huh? White devil. And then if I watch Fox News too long, I start looking at my family different, you know? Someone over here taking jobs from Americans.
That was good.
This whole year is going to be a year with my comedy where I try to bring people back together instead of dividing. You know what I mean? For too long. Oh, for too long they divided us. Nasty election. And you just saw Obama and Trump are friends now. They're laughing at funerals together. So if they could be friends, we better get along too, okay? I know this audience is divided. Everyone that voted for Kamala's on this side, and then the Trump people are on this. I said separate them. Or did I get it backwards? Okay. But it doesn't matter. It's time to unite because we have proven as a country that we will thrive, we will survive, and we will do great even if we don't have a president. Joe Biden taught us that.
Wait, what just happened? Exactly. That was absolutely beautiful, honestly. That was K-Fun for you. Absolutely. Hilarious comedian. And just like he said, it is time to unite. It is time to unite under Donald Trump. Hopefully Donald Trump will be able to unite the country and get everybody behind him. He's probably going to do great things over the next 4 years. And we will see if the Democratic Party can actually recover from all of the mistakes that they made over the last 4 years that Donald Trump has to now fix everything. We will see. Hopefully they do better next time, but if they don't, they will lose again and again and again in 2028. They have to do much better if they want to win an election again. But I have no hope for them. They have probably gone way too far left now, way too woke, and basically are in complete shambles and don't know what to do anymore. We will see and report it all right there on the channel. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video with me. Thanks for staying with me till the end. I appreciate you being here. I hope you had a good laugh today. I had a great laugh today. I click right there to watch the next video, and I will see you there. Bye bye.